All right, so we are starting. This is going to be the second meeting of the second meeting, the second meeting of the Helpie and I guess somewhat of a second orientation because we've been having some new members this whole week. It almost seems like every single day somebody else would show up on the server, and I wanted to, of course, talk to Redrika. She's one of the new members. That's been here for a little bit, but talk to you guys, obviously welcome you once again, and at the same time whoever listens to this recording later on Steam, it knows what the deal is all about and how is that people are getting into the server and the whole idea of Helpie. So most of you guys know, so I this might not be news. I'm just saying it for the recording so people know what Helpie is all about. The idea of Helpie, the idea of this community, is to find people that are excellent in their own way, people that can contribute to Steam in a very special way, and give them a foundation so they're not out there collecting dust on their posts, because we all know that is painful. And it is terrible to be in a sea where you have absolutely no one to support you and nobody is, paying attention to anything you do. So many of the initiatives of Helpie are basically designed so that the people from the community learn to support each other. Some of the other things that Helpie is doing, which is upvoting people that are part of the initiative, is to basically give them like, I guess you could say, raise the zero, which is like, I hate seeing good posts with no payouts. And the other element to it, which to me is possibly the most valuable one, is the opportunity to learn. And what is that? Is, of course, the trivia that you guys know about, that we've been doing, that we've been posting every single day, learning things about Steam, learning about how the ecosystem works, how you can, you can vote for your witness. We had some discussions. And the best part is every single person that is participating of Helpie is welcome to contribute to these trivia questions. So adding more value to the questions, asking more questions that need to be. And then we are welcome not only to, of course, participate of the trivia, but it is also encouraged for you guys to participate of other people's comments. So if you see somebody out there making a comment on a Helpie post, confused about something, you are encouraged to say, hey, yeah, you got it, or no, you know what, I think this is how it works. Of course, always with kindness, which is, part of being a Helpie. But, that is the whole purpose of this community. Now, with all this being said, here's some not so great things that we need to talk about so that we know that these things are coming, because they're already happening. Some people out there are going to try to grill you and try to say, hey, get me onto the Helpie. How do I get into Helpie? And all this stuff. So that this is perfectly clear and you guys don't feel terrible about being the ones to say no, every single person that is in here can suggest a member. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you just started, if you've been here 2 days. It doesn't matter. You can suggest a new member. Now, the people that can invite people, and this is why we don't put the Discord link on Steam, should be one of the people from the leadership. It could be one of the patrons. You could run it by one of the community leaders. You could run it by one of the admins. The idea would be that we want to have those checks and balances so that we agree on the person that is going to get invited. And why do I say this? There has been a couple of situations where I thought of inviting somebody. I thought somebody could be a great addition to the team. And because I shared it with somebody else, they told me, hey, I know that it seems like it, but check this out. And then I saw some behavior that's kind of shady, and then good thing I didn't invite. So the whole purpose behind that is because, and I say this as you guys should feel a little bit of pride on this fact, is that the people that are in here are really hand-picked. What that means is people that value the respect, people that value the community. I don't want drama. I've said it 100 times, and I'll keep on saying it because it's so important to me. I want people that, we can disagree, and I would say that is part of being a good friend, is to disagree, but we can always do so with respect. And that is why I'm so selective. Aside from the fact that, of course, we don't want to be supporting plagiarism. We don't want to be supporting spammers. I wouldn't want people to get here just because of the upvotes, because without attacking anybody else, many services or many community initiatives out there start out with the utopian idea of supporting good quality content, and then they go into supporting all the spammers and scammers. So I don't want us ever to go in that direction. So to sum it up, if somebody tells you, hey, so how do I get on Helpie? You can tell them straight out. The best way to get on Helpie, start participating of the trivia, make good content, and then if you join MSP, PalNet, and you start participating of the community, one of the admins will probably reach out to you, and you will get invited. And that is really the answer. It's not up to you. You can say, yeah, I dropped your name in the suggestion box, and that's it. And I'm saying this because I had 2 people tell me, hey, I was getting grilled about getting invited to Helpie, and I didn't know what to say. So that's what you got to say. And it's a really kind way of saying it's not you that is not letting them go through the door. There's a system, and it's also a way that we can deter people that are not going to put in the work to be here, because somebody that wants to do scam, somebody that wants to do spam, is probably going to say, oh no, that's too much work, and good. That means we filtered that person out. We don't want them here, and that's good. So any questions about that in particular, or if you guys want to share a concern that you might have regarding who gets invited? Well, yeah, you did. I want Hendak to get in here. Hendak's actually Yedet's partner, and he's an amazing photographer, a really clever guy. But he's not a Discordian, not too much. But I do want him to get in here. But if you guys have any questions, again, there's no particular rule. Anybody can ask. Just unmute your microphone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cope. I think you're not wearing headphones. Yeah, so make sure you wear headphones so that we don't have that weird echo feedback thing. But if somebody has a question regarding that, please let me know. If not, we'll just keep on talking and I'll keep on moving on, and then we'll start playing the game. We have enough people here to play the game. Did you guys read the post or are aware of the post of the Shill a Post game that we're going to be playing? Rap battle. Nah, yeah, we're not going to do a rap battle, but that would be funny.
Yes, I'm all ready to shill a post. I'm very excited.
Yes, awesome. So here's the idea for those of you who might not know. I made a post about this a week ago. Paintball Maniac made a post about this too. We're playing a game today. It's going to be a very special game. One of the things that really bugs me about a bunch of servers, and I say this with love because I know the intention is great, is that we get into this whole thing about, oh, let me just go in there for 2 seconds. Let me drop in my post and share your post channel, and then I'll just leave. And I don't find that to be too effective for the simple reason that most people, and I say most because of course there is exceptions, don't check out those posts. They just become one of many. And I think that's terrible. Not only because I don't think it's good behavior from our part, but I also think that we're missing out on something very valuable, because sometimes, especially the people that are in here, have made some amazing posts. They have made some amazing music. They've written something awesome. And just because we've defaulted into, oh, let's ignore it because it's just there, we miss out. So with that idea is that we came up with this little game of Shill a Post Day. And the reason why it's called Shill a Post is because we're taking back a negative word and we're making it a positive thing. So I am going to start the game. I'm going to be the first one to shill a post. And then, so you guys know what the idea is of shilling a post, or hard. Not to say that I am going to be the best. You guys are probably going to beat the crap out of me shilling a post, and that's going to be awesome. And then Bimbo Maniac is going to keep track of who shills today. So whoever presents a post today from another Helpie, so whoever presents a post is going to be it's going to be part of the Shill a Post Day post that Bimbo Maniac is going to do for the Helpie account. At the end of the 7 days, after that post pays out, the SBD is going to be split evenly from everybody who shilled. So what does that mean? Imagine that 2 months, 3 months on the road, it could be like this, that we have posts that paid 40, 50 SBD, and we have 30 participants, well, then you just for going in there and sharing, just for saying, hey, look, I found this post I really like, you're gonna make some money. And that's awesome, because that means that you're doing an action of love, you're doing an action of, of caring, and life is paying you back right away. So that's just to make sure, because this is, you got lost. The idea is of this game is that instead of you sharing your post, the rule is you share somebody else's post, right? And you explain to us why you liked that particular post. So the word shill means, and this, just to go back to that word, the word shill means to sell in a horrible, horrible way. So normally we call shills people that would say, hey, listen, what's the currency you gotta buy? You gotta buy this currency and all, and they make up all these lies because they want you to buy into that currency so that they can dump their coins on you, or they get hired to pretend that something is great. And so the word shill is a negative word, but we're taking it back, and we're gonna use it like a game, and we're gonna use this word to sell the value of somebody else, because that is really the word we could use. We're gonna sell to the group the value of somebody else, because maybe, just maybe, once we do that, we can also learn to identify the value on other people a little better. And I say that, like, I include myself in that group, because life is confusing, life can get tough, our bills pile up, and all the whole time we're thinking me, but I'm a me, and then sometimes in that island of me we miss out in the real wealth, which is not just me, is out there. So and the best part about this whole thing is this little mental reprogramming game we're gonna play is gonna also pay back, because I'll tell you what's gonna happen once we learn to value other people. Once we learn about the value of a network, then all of a sudden you're going to see that all these people that you have identified as valuable, all these people that you have given love to, are going to support you back. And next thing you know, you got a bunch of real followers. And that's a key distinction, because sometimes we get caught up with a number up there. We say, oh, I got 2,000 followers, but nobody gives a crap. Nobody reads what you do, so who cares? That number means nothing. So the idea of this is that you end up developing a real following. You're not followed by bots. You're not followed by Resteam services. You're followed by humans that care about what you do and what you have to say. So it's a little bit of mental reprogramming, but with the intention of, reprogramming it for good, I guess you could say. So the shill master. So you guys are going to receive ninja points. Here's the second element to this whole thing. Whoever shills the best, you are going to get SPDs, but whoever shills the best. So let's say today, I don't know, let's say that Carmelin says to me, he was talking about this post that he found, and he almost made me cry. It was so beautiful how much he loved it. So then Bimbo Maniac is going to write down, okay, blah, blah, and he gets 5 ninja points that day because he did such a good job. So then, because he got the 5 ninja points, and he's sharing some of the little images he made, he's going to get 100 Steam Power delegation from me for 1 week. So for 1 week, he's going to have 100 Steam Power more on his wallet to use as he pleases. Now, the whole point of that is, again, is to show you, when you're kind, when you're good things happen. What do you do with the voting power? That's completely up to you. But you can use it as a tool to grow your network even more, or you can just start self-upvoting and miss the point completely. So that's the thing. So every week we're going to delegate to somebody else. So the best shiller, the best ninja, the person that went out there and was able to really read into the value of somebody else's post, into the value of somebody else's, contribution to Steam, the best ninja is always going to have a little bit of Steam Power extra from me. And as I grow my account, and I've been doing some stuff lately, hopefully it's going to grow even faster, I'll increase it a little bit more, and we'll make it even better, and we can do a lot more stuff. But for now, it's going to be 100 Steam Power for the best ninja, the best shiller. And I see that Amy is here, and I think Mountain Jewel Can somebody type on there to Mountain Jewel to share the? Okay, she is listening. Okay, perfect. All right, so I am gonna get started on the shilling. We're gonna start the shilling game. So Bimbo Maniac is gonna be keeping track, and of course, even though I am starting on the shilling game, and then after that maybe Anka can go. We can go down the list. Whoever's gonna shill today is allowed to. But I'm gonna start it because I want to kind of let you guys know my idea of what it means to shill a post. Okay.
And please, can we not always go down the list? Because I will be sad every single time if you do that.
Okay, let's do this. I just realized you get zippy. Well, then, who wants to go after me? Let's just go like that. Do you want? Does Anka?
I want to go after you.
Okay, so then we can do first. Well, then, Bembo, can you do me a favor? We'll write down whoever's gonna go in what order. We can do it this way. Once these lists gets huge, if we ever have 200, 300 people playing Shill Post Day, it's gonna get crazy. But right now we're small enough that we can pull this off. So it's gonna be me and then Zippy, and then whoever wants to go first, you can type it on the chat if you want to go after Zippy. And we'll just keep
make something like the Pimp Your Post Thursday thing. She has a specific emoji that people put up when they're ready to go, and she keeps a list and acknowledges that they've got the emoji. I think it works pretty well.
Perfect. Use the ninja. I like it. So whoever's gonna show, use a ninja. Bimbo Maniac. If you keep track of who uses the ninja, it can be the ninja poop or the ninja, and then you're gonna tell me who is the next person to show. So it's gonna be me first. I am not competing. I'm just gonna show a post. And then Zippy, and then whoever shares a ninja is gonna go first. And Bimbo Maniac, please, you tell us who goes next. You keep tabs. All right. So here is the post I am sharing today. This is actually another important thing. I think I said it, but you're supposed to shill somebody in here, right? If you prepare a post with somebody that's not here, that's okay. I'm doing it for the first time, but I would really love it if you go into the share a post channels on here on Helpie and shill one of those. So this is me. I'm gonna start out by showing this post. This post is by Tracy York. Tracy was invited by Mean Mommy, and I'm super happy that Tracy is here. And I'll tell you why I love this post. I love this post because it really speaks to the type of person that she is. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this phenomena, but we have this thing in life, in psychology, right? That you are, however you see the world is what you tend to see everywhere you go, right? I don't know what the name of that is, and if Cope can talk for a second, it is like if you're a pessimist, everything you see is shit. It's confirmation bias, but at another level, because it also happens with shapes. It also happens like if you're a perv, everything you see could be sexual, for example. So, and the reason why I love Tracy is, for one, because she's super supportive. I see her everywhere. Commenting on everybody's posts, leaving amazing comments, really funny gifs. Like, she's awesome. And then I found this post of hers today. And I'm reading on this post, and this whole collection of pictures that she has is pictures that she thinks look like hearts, right? And I have to confess, some of those pictures took me a second to find the heart. I'm like, this is a heart. Finally. But it took me a second. But it goes to say that her confirmation bias, or the thing that she really likes, is love, is support, and all this stuff. And I can see it. I can see where she's coming from in just some little pictures. So this post to me speaks of the person that she is. And by the way, some of the pictures are really awesome too. So I'm not just selling the idea of her as a person. I'm selling the post itself because it's clever. I find it to be really awesome. And it goes to show what her focus is, and it gives me a window onto the type of person that she is. So this is my post that I wanted to show for today. This is only 2 days old, so it's still open for upvotes. If you guys want to be awesome and give her another warm welcome for being one of our newest helpies, that'll be amazing. Go over there, leave her a comment, leave her an update. It's completely up to you. So, anyways, that is my show. Now the next one is gonna be Zippy. So I'm gonna quiet my microphone, and then if you're ready to go for it.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you. I looked at so many posts today. It was really awesome. It was like I was all day hanging out with the Helpies. Yeah, I love my Helpies. You guys are awesome. So I am, here we go. Miss Amy Maya. I'm shilling this post. Somebody's mic's hot. Frederica,
Yeah.
can you mute? Yeah. um, I went through so many of them. It was really sweet because I've got a lot going on, and so I've had a bunch open for several days, and then I went back in today and went through, and there were so many. You know, at first I thought it was going to be Carmeline's mixtapes, and then there was the one about the amazing owl, that owl robot. Oh my god! And I totally thought then that was it, and then I came across Amy's, and what I'm basing this, like choosing it on, I mean, not only is it just so sweet and she's really sharing such an intimate, sweet part of herself, but I noticed that as I was reading hers, it was like everything quieted around me, and I felt like I was drawn in the same way I would be with a book that is really engrossing and has totally got me. And I felt like I was reading her memoir, and I really appreciated just how, just like this real understated honesty, like so candid, and not sugarcoating things, not over dramatizing things, just like such a sweet glimpse into what it means to commit to someone and to be honest about the difficulties of that. And I I'm divorced myself, so I felt a little emotional reading it because I also didn't have any examples around me of what it looked like for somebody to be married and have a lasting, loving, committed relationship like that. So I know you reach that point where you're either gonna really dive in head first, or you're gonna say, you know what, I don't like you anymore and I'm done. And I just was so inspired and really deeply touched to read, just 10 years. That's a long time, especially when, if you guys, I don't know if you've read that post, but it definitely deserves a read and an upvote. And she deserves some wonderful reflection and feedback for that, because the story of how they met even is, or how they decided to get married, is just so sweet. And apparently one of our lovely homesteaders, Miss Amy Maya, you've been doing it your own way from the get-go, and let's just say I already liked you, but I'm even more of a fan, and I think your heart is just absolutely precious. So thanks for showing us such a sweet window into who you are, and the kind of grit. You have the grit that is required for a relationship to really last. So thank you so much, dear. I hope you feel better.
That was awesome. I think I just got pwned on how to show because that was amazing. So
no, she made me cry. I was crying, and I'm crying again talking about it. So that I was like, oh, okay, all you other guys, you're all awesome, but sorry, Amy takes it this week.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I think that would have been probably my choice. I'm not regretting my choice. I think my Tracy York is awesome too, but that was pretty amazing. All right, so now that I just got pwned, who is gonna go next? Bembo, did you keep track? Who is the next person to shill a post?
Carmeline.
Oh, it's Carmeline?
Or Anka. It was one of the two.
The first one to post a ninja, so he can go first, or she. I don't know if it's a he or a she.
So I'm chilling. If you haven't read it, there's two reasons why I think that you should. The first is that it's kind of a very touching biography that will allow you to have a bit of a better understanding of somebody who is a natural Helpie, who is just anytime that she is in a chat room or in a room, it brightens the room. So what she does in her post and through her biography, which is a small story, a small aspect of how she found direction in her life, in what art forms she wants to pursue, why she wants to pursue it. I'm not going to tell you the post because I really do think you should go and read it, but the hardship that she found was trying to find purpose in bringing awareness to causes and to people. And through her experiences, she has found kind of a place where she is finding peace and comfort in who she is. So first point of why you should read it is because she's awesome. You should know more about her because her story's great. The second thing is I think that you can take a moment to look at the wisdom that she's shared and look at it through a lens that applies to yourself. I think all of us find ourselves in a place at points in our lives that she talks about in her post, which is a crossroad where you're looking for your purpose or at least for your direction, and trying to find a place where you can comfortably move forward and know that you are being true to yourself and true to kind of your path to happiness. And there is no one true path. And I think she does a really good job of showing that if you stay true to yourself and pursue your hopes and your dreams, you will find in those your identity. I really hope that you guys all enjoy it as much as I did. So.
Wow, competition is fierce. It's like I was like, okay, Zippy's gonna win, but now I'm not even sure. That was awesome, man. That was awesome. I'm actually I'm a fast reader, so I just finished reading it right now. That was awesome. It is a beautiful post, and Zippy is also like she kind of didn't tell us at the very beginning, and I kind of like it that way because it was like a beautiful surprise. Turns out that she's an amazing photographer, and at the very beginning, that was nobody would have guessed, and the photography of this post is also amazing, and it's also her work, so it makes it even more powerful. But to read it and to see the photography that fits it so well. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I'm blushing big time over here. Thank you.
Well, Anka is next, the next person to shill a Helpie. So.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Okay. All right. So our next post, I no other than Jake Folkman. I've seen him around. I know he does beautiful photography of nature, but always spark a long conversation. And this post is not as heartwarming as some of the other ones. It's definitely a conversation starter. So his post, I'm gonna share it right now. You guys can see it. Okay, so 5 Steemit fixes I would like to see, or the first rule of Steemit is to write about Steemit. It's great because I think that one of the things that really help our community grow and resolve issues is highlighting some of the problems that we find on Steemit. I think a lot of them we share, and sometimes people can suggest great fixes, and you'll see he points out 5 things that I really agree with him that he would like to see improved on Steemit. And scrolling, you will see post-size comments of people throwing suggestions and their solutions or their what he considers some of the issues, and just to quickly list them. I'm not gonna list them. I'm gonna let you guys look at it. But if that fails, you can always spot awesome photography of mountains. So as he's a great photographer, and if all look at nature. So that's my post for you guys.
Well, that was awesome.
Crickets. Crickets.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm sorry, I forgot I muted my microphone, so I was trying to.
Right.
Yeah, I was talking, and then I realized I wasn't talking. But yeah, that is awesome. Well, Jay Foreman's a smart guy. I've had a few conversations with him, short conversations, but I realized quickly, and one of the reasons why I invited him to Helpie, that he's got a good head on his shoulders. And he has also this idea of trying to help other people and growing in that way. And he's doing some photography curation for MSP. And you know, he's an overall awesome guy. And I really love his pictures, by the way. He's actually very, very good. He was also working on trying to bring a big-time photographer to the platform. He was trying to convince a Spanish guy, and the name is escaping me right now, but it's a photographer that adds like little drawings to the pictures. And if somebody knows the name, that'll be awesome. I can't remember right now. And I guess he had him convinced, and then I don't know what happened then. So yeah, I'm actually doing the same. I'm leaving a bunch of tabs open because I want to revisit. He didn't say that she's bookmarking. I'm just leaving tabs open so I can go back and read them again. But yeah, because I read quick, but I like to read twice in case I missed stuff. All right, so who is going to be the next Schiller? And everybody's doing awesome. This is going a lot better than I imagined. I was kind of worried that people were going to be shy, and that's not happening, and that's awesome. Because I feel that means that the idea that I had that we can be in a safe space where you can be you and nobody judging you, you know, it's actually happening, and that's the whole purpose of us having this conversation. All right, so the next one is Codex. Awesome, Codex. So go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us what post you found.
All right, so I'm actually not going to be competing in the contest, but I did have a post that I wanted to show. By our own L&L Farms. So I'm going to drop a link here. Oops. So it's so funny how life is like circular, right? So I've recently been into this whole type of like making my own soap, deodorant, stuff like that because of the reasons that she outlines in this post, which is basically like, and especially deodorant, it contains some pretty toxic stuff, like has aluminum in it that'll clog your pores and like your body won't be able to get rid of those toxins and stuff like that. So this is just going to be a really quick shill here, but her post basically details how she went about making her own deodorant. Now I wanted to show this other one, the photo tutorial of her actually making the deodorant, but that post is 8 days old. And so you guys can still give this one an update. So I want to go ahead and shill this one. There's a recipe in there. I've actually purchased most of the ingredients. I just need some containers to put them in, so I plan on following this myself. And I think that this post definitely deserves an update. So there it is.
Awesome. You know what? And I'm going to add something to this because I actually feel pretty strongly about this. And when I tell this to people, some people get freaked out. But I am 100% on the whole deodorant thing, and I lived it myself because I used to be a guy that would have to buy, you know, I used to play sports and buy all these deodorants all the time, and the day that I would forget, you would know I forgot. And then one time I was talking to this older lady, who the mom of one of my friends, she passed away already, but she was in her 80s, and she was telling me how back in her day people wouldn't do that. They would just, you know, wash themselves, and they would use herbal baths to clean themselves, and how, you know, her dad had told her that it was all a trick because they make you use a product that if you stop using it. And I remember thinking, she's probably crazy, but then I gave it a try, and I am one of those weird dudes that doesn't use deodorant, and nobody ever complains. There's absolutely no issue. Like, if you can do a lot of things that are natural, and it's way better. It is way better. And it doesn't mean that I don't sweat. Of course I sweat, but there's something that happens when you start using these things. It's almost like you throw everything off balance, and all of a sudden your body doesn't know what to do, and then you start It's a thing, and I've said this before to people, and they go like, "No way!" It's almost as if they equate it to being dirty, and it's not it at all. It's actually the opposite. You're putting everything into balance in your body. But that's one of the things that being on this platform is going to do. It's going to put some real information out there, not just bullshit. From companies that want to get your money. So I love that. Anyways, well, I wanted to add a little bit because I actually do like that post, and I did read it, and it is awesome. And I also love Ella Farms, and I think Ella Farms is an amazing lady, and her husband is also a really cool dude. So of course, I was gonna shill it myself. All right. So who is next on the list? Who has another post that wants to shill, another helping out that you want to share? And if Are we done? No way. We can't be done. All right, so who did we have today participating on the show post? We had, Anka, we had Carmelane, Zippy, and Codex. Codex is actually, he also declined. Here's what we can do. Whoever participated today, maybe with the exception of me, we all, like the post can have all this information because I think it's gonna let the people know that they were talked about, because it's going to say such and such talked about this, so they can all go on there. But Codex declined, I declined, and then the other people did not decline. So the 100 steam power will be decided amongst the people that did not decline, and it is going to go out tomorrow. So tomorrow the post will be made. Tonight Bemble's probably going to work on it. He's going to send it. Tomorrow the post will be made, and 100 steam power. And yes, Philo, we're going to show every week. That's the whole point. Because every week we're going to reset. And this is, I think it's going to be a very clever way that we're going to get to know each other. So, and ideally, I would like to get as many people in here participating of the show a post every single week. So, but we are going to play another game. That is it for the show a post. And like I said, tomorrow we're going to make that post. Whoever shilled is going to get some SBD. I declined that. I would assume Codex is also going to decline, but whoever else participated is going to get a piece of that SBD just for being awesome and sharing. So,
I want to get for a short moment into it.
Of course.
We had now 5 ideas and shills here.
Okay.
I want to see for our first time how the other ones see which one was the best, or with the most information for them. So I want to type in the numbers, which one was at first, second, and so on. Yeah, and I want they can send a DM, a direct message to me to show which one was, in their own opinion, the best one. And I want to see it's same like that, what I choose.
Oh.
I hope you understand what I mean.
Yeah, so whoever participated today of shilling, DM to Bembo Maniac who you thought did the best job. That's actually pretty cool. And it's going to be private, so just you can write to them and say, hey, whoever's in here right now can write to Bembo Maniac and kind of say, hey, listen, this is the one I believe was the most. That's going to be awesome. That's going to give them another point of reference. So I like that idea.
That can be done a little later, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Just, I mean, before the day ends, DM Bembo Maniac and you tell him, hey, by the way, I thought that Carmelane was the best one. He did so awesome, blah, blah, so you just DM him whoever you think did the absolute best. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, so it's not only one who decide, hey, that was the best. Maybe if like 3 said, hey, Codex once was the best one, and I see normally Karma once was the best one, so maybe I can mix it up with, the community. We are a community, and I think we have to do it together.
I agree. I like it.
That's great. I was just gonna say, I don't know. I know Menno, the Steam It Musicians thing with Isaria and Shane, and they do that thing where they share the stuff and then they put like put each one in there, and then everyone who's present can just add an emoji. That's another way to do it. You can
Yeah,
like let people
the only
participate
reason,
that way.
yeah, I like that. But the only reason why this might be better is because some people might feel weird about voting for somebody. Like, so you can, so that's, it's almost
Okay.
going to be like it works when you go vote for an election. You can say, hey, give it to this guy. Because, so,
Okay.
we'll give it a try. We'll see. If it doesn't work, then we can, I mean, I'm open for ideas. I kind of like the fact that it's kind of anonymous. So it's going to be like a big
I like
surprise
that
who's
too.
going to get the, all of a sudden some delegation power is going to show up in a wallet. And you're just like, whoa, oh my God, I just got delegation. I like that. I think that's pretty cool.
So should Bemble Maniac maybe put it back up there again, but take Menno and Kodak's off of it because that might be confusing?
Yes. Yes. So Menno and Kodak's off the list. Today, the three shillers
We
were.
only choose from 3 people. Well, basically between 2, because you don't really put yourself.
Okay, so let's do 2, 3, 4. We have so. Okay, let's go.
Can't believe there were only 3 of us.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
the
some
first
people
try.
might.
It's
It's
the
the
first
first. It's
try.
the first one we
Yeah.
do. It will grow. Like I want people to be comfortable, and whenever you're ready to talk in the microphone, some people feel weird about it.
The biggest companies of the world are all starting in a garage.
That's correct.
So it was all it was small steps. To get a big idea, you have to do small steps. And this one was the first one.
That is
Maybe
correct.
a small one, but maybe the biggest one we ever did.
That is correct.
It was actually great for the first time.
Yeah, I think so too. It went better than I expected for the first time.
Okay, so I got 2 messages in the
The
background.
main result is that we got to know other people's posts and we got to upvote them. So I think that is a success.
Yeah, for sure. But Bembo, don't tell us who voted for what. This is going to be a secret. Well, somebody's going to get some Steam Power delegation. It's going to be a complete secret. So I like that. I think that's going to be awesome. All right, we're gonna move on just for a second because I don't want to go into the first hour is almost over. That's how fast time goes by, and I want to give Mountain Jewel an opportunity to introduce herself because she's also one of the new Helpies, and also Red Rika. The first meeting that we had,
And Carmelane.
and Carmelane also, obviously me and Carmelane had a good conversation the other day. But I would like all of them to have an opportunity to say, hey, where they are and all this stuff. So, whoever's ready to give it a go, whoever wants to do it first, I am completely okay with. And then Mean Mommy is also here. Mean Mommy also might want to talk a little bit about who she is and what she's doing, and maybe talk about the. All right, let's get started. Just because it's going to be the easiest to do for me, so I don't mess up. Let's start with Carmelane. So Carmelane, if you unmute your microphone and let us know. I'm gonna speak terrible English. Let us know who you is, and how you found Steam and how.
Yeah. So my name's Alain, or Alain for the fun French speakers. I currently reside in the States. I'm in Richmond, Virginia. I am a poet and was a musician in a past life and wrote for a lot of music zines. So here on Steam, poetry and music writing tends to be my niches and what I try to put forward. My biggest thing, why I kind of came to Steam, I've been writing for a long time, and I've been loves community, especially inclusive communities. It's something that I've sought my entire life. It stems from kind of being socially ostracized and bullied as a child.
Oh wow.
I've always found a lot of comfort in accepting of everyone and really work for community and love. So I was hoping to find that on Steam. I didn't know if I would, but any place where I can pursue kind of learning, which is great on Steam because you can learn something new every day from so many experts from so many places of the world, and pursue community. And that's what I've found in my first couple months here.
So you've been here for 2 months already?
Yes, I think I'm somewhere right around like 70 days, 65 days.
Oh, you're doing really good for 2 months, man.
I got really lucky. I mean, I've gotten a number of curries early on. Just fortunate in the right place at the right time, I'm sure.
We're gonna talk about the Curie thing a little bit later too, but just to move on, brother. Well, I'm happy you're here. You know, your attitude has been great since day one, and I don't know who it was that told me about you, but when I checked the stuff that you were doing and the stuff that you were, sharing and the comments you were leaving, I was like, yeah, that's a Helpie, and I'm really happy that you're here.
I brought him in. I knew he was a Helpie.
And I'm honored to be here, and I really appreciate the community that you guys are building, and I think it's so important to have that here. It means a lot, and like you were saying earlier, it transcends kind of what Steemit is to more what it should be and what's going to bring more value to it.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. That's why we're doing this. Anyways, to go down the list, Mean Mommy, do you want to unmute your microphone? Can you talk? So you can let people know, for those who don't know who you are, the stuff that you are doing also, because Mean Mommy also has her own Discord. And maybe she can't talk. Maybe her... I think her computer was having issues. Okay. Well, we'll see if she can unmute her microphone. But we will go down the list. Mountain Jewel would be the next one. So Mountain Jewel, can you you should be able to unmute your microphone. You want to introduce yourself? We had some communication issues with Mountain Jewel a couple weeks ago when she was doing a show with Pensive. But we figured it out eventually. They even played live music. It was pretty awesome. We cannot hear you. Can you guys hear her? I can't.
No,
No,
can't
I
hear.
can't.
You might have a push to talk key. Just check your user settings down in the bottom left, the gear, and then click on voice and video, and you should be able to figure that out.
Activity. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep, we got you.
Awesome.
Oh, hello. Okay. Hello, everybody. It's kind of a windy day here. And Mountain Jewel is actually myself, Ren, and my partner, Eni, and we're both here tonight.
Hello.
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 Who's the one that plays the flute?
Hello.
That is me, Eni.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So
All right, guys. So
we
tell us.
joined.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we have a really slow connection. We live out in the country. It's kind of slow. In December, our friend who's on Steemit also, her name is Laura Lee. She's an artist, and she said, you know what, you guys should really get on Steemit. It's this great I've been kind of like an Instagram person, so I was putting all of this energy into using Instagram, and I should try writing there because I've had blogs for years. So we started blogging and sucked in. I think one night we got upvoted by Curie, and I was like, oh, do you realize like what this means? We could actually money like writing about our life and our passion, and we live on 18 acres and had like 30 trees today and have a high tunnel and a log cabin. So
Kodak
Yeah.
saying
Good
he's super jelly.
opportunity.
Well, you guys are cutting out a little bit, but I understood everything you said. I don't know if you can hear me, and of course, yeah, that's what's amazing about
I
Steam.
can hear you.
Yeah, that is what's amazing about Steam.
It really is.
The possibilities here are awesome, and so I'm really happy you guys are here. I have read your blog. I know what you guys are about. I know you're on the little quest to show people about being self-sufficient. So it's a bit of a educational blog. as well as you guys just documenting the things that you guys are currently doing. So it is pretty awesome blog. So you guys should check it out.
Exactly.
I've enjoyed quite a few posts.
The other thing I'd like to mention is we just put some effort into a curation account. We kept seeing all these great article-based, earth-centered, earth-based, education-based, inspiring-based. So we thought, hey, what better way to do it than to start another account that's exclusively curation-based, because we didn't want to fill up our feed with, and we felt like it was important to gather all the quality information in one spot. So if anyone else was saying, oh my gosh, I really want more of that, or I'm inspired, we felt like it was important to highlight all the great content coming out by fellow Steamians and put it in one spot. So we started the Hearth.
I love the idea. I love the idea.
To promote that.
I think somebody shared that blog with me because I do remember seeing this before. Yeah, somebody shared this with me, so it's already making the rounds. Well, anyways, Maoju, I'm really happy you guys are here.
Awesome. That's great to hear.
Yeah, I'm really happy you guys are here. I'm really happy you guys are part of Helpie. You obviously are natural Helpies. You're trying to you're not here only for yourself. You're trying to build this community around you and help other people, and that's what this whole server is all about. I am gonna try to get Bean Mommy.
Yeah.
You're cutting out on me again.
Sure. Just wanted to say thank you to LL Farms for inviting us. So
yeah, LL is awesome. She told me about you too. She's like, oh, this is somebody we want on the Helpie server. So I'm really happy she invited you. Well, I know that Me Mommy's got to go soon because it's like 2 a.m. over where she is at. So Me Mommy, if you are ready to speak.
Can you hear me, guys?
Perfectly.
Oh, yay. Yeah, apparently my computer doesn't want to collaborate, so I have to talk from my phone. I hope everyone is listening.
Yeah, we hear you perfectly.
No, because Main Event does that too. You know, he lets me talk, and then after a while I'm talking. I'm like, do I talk to myself or people are actually listening? So, all right. So,
well, introduce yourself. Yeah, who are you? Why are you here? Yeah. What is your mission in life? What do you think about Wicked Games?
You brought me here. That's why I'm here.
No, but what do you think of Wicked Games? Is that your favorite song? All those questions. Everybody wants to know.
Don't do this live, please. And whoever is listening, don't text me. All right. So I'm not gonna talk about me. I'm just gonna explain a little bit about the team because I'm gonna talk about Redrika, and I need to explain the team so people know what do I mean by saying what I'm gonna say. So some months ago, right after Steamfest in Lisbon, I created a team. Initially the account and then on Discord. It's called Steam Sugars. And the main purpose of us is to bring more female presence on the platform. Because, okay, as I said to Main Event show, let's face it, that wasn't Steamfest, that was Sausage Fest. And we were kind of, all right, what's going on here? No, seriously, we were an analogy of 20% to 80%. So I do want to bring more ladies on the platform. I met with Redrika in London a couple of weeks ago. We had a meeting also with other Steam Sugars there. She's an amazing person. She, I don't understand. I mean, she should be a whale, if you ask me. Like, if she's not, I'll try to make her before me. I don't care about me. She deserves the best. The latest post of hers that you can see on her profile, it's not really undervalued, but it's super cool. And it's about our meetup in London. Okay, wow. She's a mom. Okay, she's a family woman. She's very busy. She can't post as much as we can probably, but she has an amazing voice. we're gonna do stuff together, music-wise, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, Wicked Game coming up. So, and she has this. Okay, I assigned her the role of coordinator lately on Steam Sugars, so
Uh-huh.
she can basically act as me when I'm not there, because I'm not as CDO. I do sleep some hours a day, just a little bit. And she's doing a great job. Like, she's amazing with everyone. She's amazing with her blog when she has time to, write posts and all. And when I met her and she told me, I said, okay, when did you join and all that? And she told me that she joined last July, which is more or less the time I joined. I joined last May. And I was like, okay, but I don't see much. Oh, yeah, because this and that. And I said, we need to push you. You get that, right? I mean, people, multi-talented people like her and many others that I met lately, they need a push, And I'm not even a dolphin saying that, but it doesn't matter because maybe I'm worse. So I'll wait and I'll just push the right ones first,
That's awesome.
That goes for some silent people in the talk as well. Muted. You have a great group. Now, when you invited me, I was like, okay, do you think I fit? Maybe not. And you said, no, come, you should be there. And now I see all these new people that they have this amazing content. And I'm a curator for OCD, right?
I do know that, yeah.
And I'm also a Sandbox member. So we are very serious about quality content. And I'm also part of Spaminator, and I know what's a shit content as well. So lately I distinguish pretty awesome people on the platform that they do deserve much more. And Rodrika is one of them, and that's why I invited her. You already talked about Tracy. That's why I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, Tracy is awesome. I'm
She's
really happy
amazing,
she's here.
and
She's so funny.
No, I mean Tracy. Okay, she created some gifs for Steam Sugars. She always posts amazing content, and it always goes super undervalued. And I see people who post nothing, or much less than that, and somehow they get paid for it. And she was the first person I invited because I didn't know how many I can invite, because it's not fair. Like, you do all this work and you don't get $1. Like, how? Why?
Well, that's what we're trying to fix. Well, we're trying to do it right, because
Yeah.
and this is a great segue to go into this real quick before we move on. The whole point of this server, the whole point of this reprogramming that we're trying to do is so that we find our tribe, we find our audience. Because all of us at some point in time connect this idea, this dollar amount to our post to our worth, to our value. We put so much work into something, and then when we don't get the upvotes, we're like, oh my God, what does that mean? Does that mean I suck? And it's completely disconnected from the value that you put into that post.
No, exactly. And the answer is no. Like, I'm the one always saying, and I've done many posts about it, that for me, at least for me personally, Steemit, it's not about the money. Money is good if I can have it, cool. But if not, it's not about that. It's my happy place. It's my personal OCD thing, all right? But but if there is money involved, because there is, it's the blockchain, it's the way it works, I get super pissed when I see people that they actually put effort in their posts and get nothing.
Oh, me too. But that's what we're here. We're doing something about it.
Yeah. And then I compare because, okay, when I started, I was getting nothing as well. I mean, you need to know people. You need to grow in the platform. You can't just get everything the first week you joined. Some very lucky or sneaky do that. But you need the push. And I like that Helpie is giving this push, to people that they actually deserve it. So yeah.
Me too. Well, that was it.
Much it.
Even though Meat Mommy didn't talk about herself, I think she said the right thing, so you know what is her motivation and her drive for doing what she's
No,
doing.
I didn't put my sexy radio voice either, even though it was asked for. I can do it now while I'm saying goodnight to you all. Yeah. So I'll disconnect I'll mute my mic now so we can go on.
All right, Meat Mommy. Well, thank you for talking and introducing yourself. I
Thank
am
you, guys.
I am gonna ask Redrika to say hi real quick if she can. Redrika, are you?
Hello.
There you go. Well, she sold
You
you,
hear
so we
me?
already like you. But go ahead and say hi.
Yeah, that was basically like a whole long profession of love from Mean Mommy to me,
Yeah.
which I totally don't mind. I love her too. Yeah, I mean, we only met like like it was about a month ago, and it's like we've known each other for years now. I really appreciate what she does on the platform. Talk much about what she does other than Steam Sugars, but she is personally, like in my opinion, one of the hardest working Steamians I've met so far. Yeah, I really like. She's absolutely inspiring me as well. Like I've been spending a lot more time. Joined last July, but I wasn't really able to be that active because of my life circumstances at that time. I am, as me mommy said, I'm a mom. I home educate my two kids actually, so it is pretty full on.
Yeah.
And
That will make it so.
Over the last month or so, I've been a bit more active, helping out. I have a few more like Steam It responsibilities now, but it's all behind the scenes. So basically, the time that I now have for Steam It is now going to behind the scenes. So it doesn't mean that I get more time to do posts either, which actually I don't mind because I'm just happy to be giving back to community, to the Steam It community. Like, yeah, so I'm happy to be helping with Steam Sugars because I love the initiative. And I love, like, I've always loved promoting Steam It anyway. And now it's just with the extra purpose of bringing more females on, right? So it goes hand in hand. Helping, and I can see Mountain Jewel here. That's why I had to mention, like, I actually help Pensive look for guests for his radio shows. And I know they were on the radio show on recently. So
yeah,
doing a few more things and just like helping to try help out. Well, try and build like a local community. Like I'm kind of based in London, and we've been doing a lot more meetups this year, and it's just been absolutely amazing. Just meeting who's around. Yeah, well, I love meetups. I love meeting people in real life, and I mean, I hope to one day meet all of you as well. Hopefully, Steamfest. So yeah, I'm loving Steam It. I'm having fun, and I'm happy that I can still say that I'm still having lots of fun, even though I feel like sometimes I am still not able to post that much. But yeah, no, I'm glad to be part of this community. Not that like now I have about 10 Discord servers to monitor.
It happens to all of us. Yeah, it gets crazy.
But yeah, exactly. It's same for all of you, exactly. But I'm still very happy to be a part of this. So that's why I really wanted to try and join you guys for this meeting today and get to know you guys a bit. Obviously now I understand the whole the post shilling thing. So hopefully I can join in on that next time.
Yeah, well, it's going to get bigger. It's going to get better. I would like for everybody to participate, but of course, this is at everybody can go at their pace. I'm not going to force anybody to talk in the microphone if they don't want to.
Yeah. Well, yeah, anyway, I'm done. I'm just babbling now. So thanks for listening. Nice to meet everyone.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, Rodriga. And of course, coming, like I said, me, mommy already sold you. We already love you. So I'm really happy that you are here. And hopefully next week, we're gonna. I hope we're gonna get to see some of your writings, some of your posts, and somebody is gonna show you, and that's gonna be really awesome.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. Is it Menno? Menno?
Menno.
Cool.
You guys wanted? I'll tell you the reason for that nickname because I've already had 3 people tell me this week what is up with that. here's a reason for that nickname. Okay, where I grew up in South America, people, when you go into what we call high school here in the United States is different, but when we call high school, people stop calling you by the name. They don't call you by the name. So if your name is John, nobody will say John. They'll call you by their last name. So if your name is like, John Weir, they'll just say, hey, Mr. Weir. Everybody starts doing it, even your friends, which is weird, right? But even your friends, just because all the teachers, all of a sudden they say, okay, now you're a grown-up, even though you're not. My last name is M-E-N-A, Mena. That's how you say it in Spanish. But in Spanish, the word nena means baby girl. So it was too close to baby girl. So Mena and Nena are too close. And my first friend in high school says to me, he says, hey, listen, I don't like your last name, bro. And I'm like, why? He's like, man, we don't know anybody here. They're going to think we're gay or something because I'm screaming Mena, Mena. They're going to think I'm saying Nena. I have to change your last letter. Are you cool with that? And we're 12 years old. And I'm like, well, I guess. So what are you going to say? Meno. Just put a no. And then that's it. And nobody's going to think I'm saying Nena because we were awkward. Like we were like nerds and it's just me and him. And if he was just saying, hey, Mena, come here and all this stuff, they're going to, So then he switched it to O. And then after that, we started to play sports and we became friends with everybody. And then we had a big group of people, but everybody assumed that was my last name. And then I never changed it. And then I started doing music. And then I'm like, okay, what do I use? This one. And then 25, 27 years later, here I am. And that's the reason for the name. So it is a variation of my last name, but there's nothing too complicated about it. That's what it is. So now this is on record. This is on a recording now. So somebody asked me, why Minnow? I don't get it. Is it like a fish? No, that's not how you spell it. But it does sound like minnow, right? Like Mino. Anyway, so I saw Carrie show up. Carrie did talk last time. Carrie, I don't know if you want to say hi or to the new people, but I am going to show Carrie a little bit. Carrie is one of the first STEAMian teachers I got into Helpie. One of the things that Helpie is supposed to do, or this initiative, is to teach. And that's why she invited her. She's a great resource for anybody who is starting, who wants to learn how to, how to pimp your post, really. How to make it look awesome, how to do tags, how to add links, how to add videos. She's a great resource, and that's kind of why I invited her. She's been around the block for a while. I think she got here at the same time that I did, seven months ago or so. Okay, but she's listening in right now. And before we move on, because I did want to talk about some issues that we've been having on the platform, just because I want everybody to I guess you could say, have a little bit of support. I don't know if that's the right word. If you wanna talk and say hi, introduce yourself, Yinette Prissy, if you want to, that's awesome. If you don't feel like talking tonight, that's completely okay. Just let me know.
It's quite late here in Spain, so I'm not sure if I should. I'm going to move a little bit away from the places I was. So I don't know what to say. I just joined last week, was it? And I'm a musician, an artist, and Menno invited me over. I think it was when I asked him about Gina, but I had no idea about the Helpie body there, or the Helpie community at all. I'm just a newbie, and I was doing my first month recap, and I've been sharing mostly my music and photography, though I want to share also my illustrations as well, and a little bit of my philosophy in life as an artist, and that's all really.
Yeah. She's going to be really humble, and I like that about her, but she's an amazing artist. She does these D-Live videos, and that's kind of how I found her. Because all of a sudden, I'm looking at D-Live streaming, and I see this like little fairy, because she looks like a forest fairy, putting these shows on D-Live, and I don't see any other musician doing that. And so I go in there, and I started to listen, and I'm like, what? Because not only her performance, which is absolutely stunning, she's an amazing singer, an amazing musician, but the quality of the sound that she gets on her D live streams are better than stuff that people put in YouTube and call it produced. I promise. It sounds so good.
It's out of this world. I have to come in and add that it's out of this world. I love it.
Yeah, it was one morning.
Actually, Menno, you tell the story.
No, you can say it. You can say it, Uncle. Because go for it.
No, it was a treat because I stay up late debating on Discord, and then I wake up and I hear this beautiful music, and I'm like, what is? And it was something like a new age with chanting and bells and sounds. They were just so beautiful to wake. And so I asked Menno, I was like, what are you listening to? And he goes, this is live. This is on D Live. And I was amazed. And then we listened to it for you didn't for hours or so.
Yeah. So I don't really have to sell Yitneth. You just have to go over there and listen. And then you'll see why I had to kidnap her. And she resisted. She's one of those recruits that resisted because she's like, no, I'm still trying to figure it out. And again, everybody goes at their own pace. But I'm like, hey, like, do you know Discord? Oh, I don't know Discord. Okay, then a week later, hey, give me Mike. And I finally got her in here. And her partner, Hector, which goes by Head Duck on the platform, are doing some amazing content. They're really beautiful human beings. And I'm really happy I found them. And I'm really happy I can support them in my little way, because they're awesome, and I don't want them to it's like all of you guys, really, with no exception, all of you guys. I don't want any of you guys to quit, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to make sure none of you guys feel like quitting because things are not going your way. So
the thing is just like,
we'll find you.
Yeah, I will find you.
I just wanted to say that the other day, you said, can you play what Anka wanted listened when she woke up? Now I think I know what she was listening to. Well, so for next time, I think I can answer that request. And another thing is just like, I wasn't resisting. I was overwhelmed because 1 month ago, I didn't know anything about cryptocurrency, Discord, Steemit at all. And Hector just kidnapped me and told me, just start to post and you'll see on the go. So it's quite easy to be carried away and overwhelmed because suddenly everything is new and so much information. And I felt like the slowest person in the world, but I just needed to go, I don't know, at my own pace. And now I'm addicted to it, and I need to find a healthy sleep schedule again.
We all do. We all get in trouble like that. Well, guys, now that we've introduced each other and like we are getting to be a family, which is my idea of the server, I did want to bring up a couple of subjects today that are not that pleasant, but the only reason why I want to bring them up is because they're unavoidable. And if we don't address them or we don't talk about them, I don't think we can move forward. And I don't want anybody to start feeling really bad about what's going on. And what I'm talking about is a few things. First thing is taxes and environment. No, it's more related to Steam, really. There's like a horrible flag war going on right now, and people on trending insulting each other, and there's open letters and all this crap and all this stuff. So I want to talk about that first because I already seen a few of this of the Helpies show up on those chats, on those posts that people are just hurling crap at each other. That's really what's happening, and making these comments. And that's it. Down with the hate, up with the love. Here's what I have to say, and take it for just my opinion, because that's all it is. There's no matter what system you are in, what society you are in, no matter, and it could be capitalism, socialism, doesn't matter. It's never going to be perfect. So if all of us try to hold on to this idea that we will only accept Steam in our lives if it's perfect, then we have to let that go. Because there's always going to be bad people, there's always going to be bad actors, and there's absolutely nothing we can do about those who hold a shit ton of steam and decide that they want to be assholes. Now, what we can do, okay, what we can all do, doesn't matter your amount of steam, is what we can be forces of good. And I say this in a literal way and also in a metaphorical way. Because if you know somebody that is getting all worked up, somebody that's getting all angry because of things that are happening, or if you know somebody that gets flagged by Grumpy Cat because they were feeling like their post wasn't doing well and they used a bot and Grumpy Cat decided he wanted to be a jerk. Well, I'll tell you what, that server that Zippy just shared is exactly about that. It's about resolving conflict for the icky stuff. But the other important thing to note is that, yeah, you might need sometimes to resolve conflict. You might need to have a talk to somebody. A lot of issues are just miscommunication. But the other important part is most of this stuff, guys, is just noise. It's just noise. And what I mean by that is this. What do I care? What do I care if Grumpy Cat is flagging hygiene or if Bernie is flagging transition? What is that? How does that affect me? How does me looking at somebody's post that put a picture of himself flipping somebody off, or not a meme, right? That has 800 Steam SDB payout pending. How does that affect me in a sense that I look at my post that made $2 or $3 and thinking, oh my God, this is so unfair, I want to quit. It's like, the truth of the matter is that thing that's happening over there is the equivalent of, let's call it ego pornography. Because that's what it is. It's like some people who with large egos, and they decided to do some sort of cryptographic or whatever you want to call it, pornography, and that's what's happening. And we need to be smart enough to recognize that that's what it is some people like stroking their own egos, and ignore it, and safely ignore it, because it has nothing to do with any of you. And I say this, I'm not going to point names. Whoever listens to this, whoever Helpies was going in there and making comments saying, oh, I don't think you should be making this much. Well, I was like, stop right now. You know, and for three reasons, really. One, because you don't want to get nuked. Nobody wants that. Two, because there's nothing you can say. You can be the wordsmith of the century that is going to make some of these people act differently. And three, the most important thing, any time you spend getting in there, getting in the conflict and all this stuff, is time you are missing out on the stuff that you can do. It's time that you're throwing away of things that you could be doing for yourself and for other people that actually do require your help. So, again, I'm not going to say names. So if the glove fits, then you know what I'm talking about.
No.
Yes.
Menno, can I just say something really quick? Just because this is the thing that I haven't been active very much over here on Helpie and other things, because I've been working my little butt off getting this other initiative kind of off the ground. And I did just put that invitation in there, and I don't know if you saw that. I actually changed the name of it this morning to the Kindness Collective, and made a post about that also today if people want to go and look. But I really, just to say, it's that exact thing you're talking about that made me want to launch this initiative. And so if you see something like that going on and you feel like maybe someone might be wise to come in and try and lend some balance, just summon the Ziplomat. That's my alternate entity there on Steemit, specifically for the purpose of trying to go and bring some balance to those try and mitigate the ugliness a little bit. So I just wanted to say that. Please take me up on it.
Well, yeah, I think that service that you've started, Sippy, that idea is priceless. Really, it's going to help out a lot. So everybody who is here, if you have an issue, and let me put this: if you're having a conflict with somebody on the platform, if you're having like some sort of feud and some flags are happening, and you believe that there is some value into searching some sort of diplomatic answer, meaning some resolution that's going to work for both of you, by all means, talk to Zippy, get involved, see if you can find the win. Now, if it's somebody that you know is just a troll, then be emotionally smart enough to recognize it and move on. You know, because I get trolls too. Like the other day, I think it was me, Mommy, that said to me, I was like, oh, is somebody angry at you? Well, I don't know. They're trolling at me, but I don't feed them. So when they leave nasty comments, when they say stupid things, I just ignore them, you know? And I think that's even better. So, anyways, that was the only like horrible negative thing I wanted to talk about today because I don't really like going into these subjects too much. However, after we play a game, because we're going to play another game, by the way, we're playing another game.
Menno, can I ask permission just to drop, just because it's informative? I don't care about upvotes and stuff, but can I drop that link that explains the project for people?
Of course, by all means.
Yes.
Please do.
Mano?
Yes.
Let's do
Thanks,
a
guys.
short break to do the vote for the Schiller Post night. Yeah.
Okay, you want to do it public then? All right, go for it. So,
Yes,
guys.
yes. I think it's good to do it public, so everyone can see it's all fine with a 100 SP at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
All right, we'll do it like that. You're running the show. Like I already upvoted this one. I read it earlier. All right, go for it. So everybody, stop typing for a second. So Bembo Mania is gonna put the name of the people that shilled post today, and then if you were here and you heard it, and you can go ahead and put a little emoji of the one that you believe deserves
the ninja emoji, please.
the ninja emojis. There's gonna be a post, and it's gonna be announced who won. So that part is still going to be a surprise, but you can vote.
Right. Now, and not yourself, please.
Yeah. So Zippy's got one. Harmlane's got one. No,
two.
Now two.
Come on, let's get in.
So now it's a match. Codex.
Let's humble the rumble.
Vote.
Oh, two.
Two.
Nice.
So now somebody. All right, so it's between Carmeline and Anka.
Okay, it's working. Come on.
Is that it?
Get
Everybody
in.
voted?
Do it.
You can only vote for one, Jakob.
Yes. So it looks like
you can
we
remove
got a winner here.
Mountain Jewel. You can remove one. You can click and remove it. All right. Well, that's it. You just keep tabs on this, bro. And then we'll do the post together, and we'll do the announcement later. But we'll leave it like that for now. And here's the other thing, guys. Today, we still got half hour before we're officially going to be done with the meeting, and I wanted to try something different because I told you guys that whoever was here today was going to have a chance of winning some SDBs. We're going to give away some SDBs as part of being here, and as a thank you for being part of this community and contributing with your brain power and your soul. I wanted to, do something special. So Anka has been thinking of a game that we're gonna play that's gonna be a little bit different than doing dice, and but I'm gonna let her explain, and then we're gonna give away some SBD. So Anka, if you are ready to go,
yep.
All right. Can you explain the game we're gonna play? Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so as I was talking to some of you guys last week, but there are a lot of new. I have this idea of doing a geo quiz. I don't know if anyone played that before. But basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to drop some pictures of a particular location in the world and guess where it is. Now the way you can guess is like that. So in order for me to check who is the closest to the location, ask you guys to go to Google Earth or Google Map and place a pin on the location where you think it's and then copy the coordinates. And I'm gonna give you maybe like 3-4 minutes to do that. And then after that, I'm gonna check who got the closest to the location of the photographs that I'm gonna paste. And the person who wins will get 2 SDBs twice. So are you guys, does anybody have any questions?
Well, just to make sure you guys got it, because Anka was cutting out a little bit. So she's gonna drop a picture, right?
Mhm.
And you guys are gonna try to guess where this part of the world is. So you can go to Google Maps, and on Google Maps you can drop a pin. How do you drop a pin? You do a right click, and you put drop pin. It is that simple. I'm gonna show you guys.
And you can copy the coordinates right here into the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who wants to participate to do that, I'm gonna give you guys 3 minutes. So here we go. I'm gonna start putting some pictures. You guys can take a look at them and think if you know where they are. So give me a... All right. So I'm gonna drop 6 pictures.
Anka, quick question: are all these pictures of the same place, or the same, or the different?
Same place. It's just it's like a 360 rotation around it. I'm gonna figure out how to actually give you guys can rotate, but for now this is what I have. So let's give it a try, see how everybody does.
Okay, so all these pictures are from one place, 6 pictures, and you have to. No, but Zippy, this is important. It's not that you have to give the exact coordinates. It means the person that gets the closest and says, okay, this is, Narnia, and this is the coordinates of Narnia. And let's say you didn't hit Narnia, but you were, in the closet. Okay, you were not Narnia, but the closet. Okay, you win. So, because assuming that people are going to be able to nail it to the T is going to be way too hard. So these are the 6 pictures. So you guys go ahead. Whoever wants to play, everybody's welcome to play.
World. So wherever you feel like, look at the trees, look at the water, look at the landscape, and if you have a feel for the just leave a pin and then copy those coordinates into the chat. And I'm gonna take after we're done, I'm gonna check coordinates and let you guys know.
And by the way, this is not to say we can't continue talking while you do this. How do you find the coordinates? Basically, you go into Google Maps, right? You can just go into Google Maps and zoom out, and then you pick. You say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna say, I'm gonna play, right? But it doesn't. I'm disqualifying myself. So even if I'm right, I'm not right. So I'm gonna go into Google Maps. And I'm gonna say that looks like it's somewhere in Europe. Okay, so I'm gonna say that is in Spain. I have no idea. So then I would go into Google Maps. I would zoom out, zoom in into Spain. Then I would pick some city. So let's say oh, okay, I think this is near Toledo. So I go in Toledo and I drop a pin. I right click. Or double click and it drops a pin, and it's gonna give some coordinates.
The coordinates should appear on, like, right next to the pin, and you can just copy them and paste them here.
Yeah, or it's a double click or click, and then you can do this, and that's
now just to kind of demonstrate the
yeah, like I just did that. I clicked and it gave some coordinates, and then. So you guys do that for these first 6 pictures, and then Anka's going to check. Of course, we're going to keep on talking about something else, but he's going to check where you guys put, and whoever gets the closest is going to win 2 SPD. And we're going to do this twice. So there's 2.
So we have about 2 minutes left for that.
Well, I don't know about the time, Anka. Can we just let people submit, because everybody's gonna be way slower depending on their internet.
Yeah, I mean, we can do by the end of the show. I will definitely. I'm sure everybody will be done by then, and I will be able to already give you the results. So, yeah.
All right, perfect. So that's it. Try to guess to see where you think the thing would be, and whoever gets the closest is gonna get 2 SPD. We're gonna do 2 sets of pictures. So that's the first one. Won't work for me, flail. Well, everybody should be able to go to Google Maps. So if you go to maps.google.com, that would go straight into Google Maps, and then you can just use the mouse to zoom in, out, and then give your best guess. Obviously, people that have traveled more are probably going to stand a better chance of winning this game. Uh, yeah, for the link, yeah, if you go to, this is where you want to go. Let me just slap it on there just in case people are getting lost. Maps.google.com.
Cope needs more incentive.
Yeah. Pictures so blurry. Well, the pictures were taken from Google, I think.
I won't say that it's where I live because that will be very misleading. It's random.
It's random, but this is gonna be cool. All right, so that's the first one.
Got one.
Yeah, so that's the first set. By the end of the show, if you guys have submitted it, by the way, so that it becomes simple. If you're gonna do both, if you're gonna play both times, you can win twice. You could. There's nothing saying that you couldn't. You can do coordinates, and then after, but put first set of pictures, then the coordinates, and then second set of pictures, then the coordinates, and then Anka will check on all that to see who wins. So all right. So do you want to do the next set of pictures, Anka?
For the second one, let me not get them confused. Let me wait a little bit and submitting for the first one, I'll put another one. That way I won't confuse which one people are referring to.
Yeah. Sound waves, you have to put coordinates. Is it like just saying Stockton? That's not a submission. But yeah. All right, guys. While everybody does this, you can listen to this idea or this whole little rant I had that is over now. But let me get myself organized again. Oh, here's what I wanted to talk about, because I already talked about the trending page and all that stuff, and to not get involved. The other thing I want to talk about is regarding the jobs that are happening within Helpie. I've already approached a few of you guys. Obviously, LL Farms already has a job as a curator for Helpie, but the whole idea of Helpie is that eventually I would like to have some sort of job for most, if not all, of the people involved of the Helpie server. Now, I said this on the last meeting, but I'll say it again. The idea is that I don't have a particular, I guess you could say, job description to give you. Meaning this, I want to have curations. I want to have little contests. I want to have all these things. But I also want to have something that people that I want to participate in are passionate about, because that person is going to run it. And what I'm trying to say is that let's just imagine, okay? I don't know if this is going to be the case. I have no idea. But let's say that Cope tells me, hey, Menno, you know what I want to do? I want to do a philosophical write-up or like a curation about philosophy for once a week. I want to do it on Wednesdays. I want to write a review on 2 or 3 philosophers, steaming philosophers, what I think about this stuff and all stuff, and I want to do curation, and this is going to be my thing. And I want to give away some SBD when they do it. I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. It's his idea. He describes his job, okay? He tells me what he thinks he can do. And as long as his idea is something that we can do, meaning, okay, I do have this much to give you for the work, and you agree to it, okay, perfect. Or this challenge, it could be something to where somebody might not want, for example, to get their photography used on a curation, and so therefore they cannot do it. As long as your idea for a job for Helpie can be a Helpie type job, which is to help other people, and it is something that you can commit to, talk to me. Tell me what you got in your mind. Tell me what it is that you can do. Obviously, I don't want people doing the same thing, and what I mean by that is, let's just say if Cope takes photography, and again, I'm just putting an example, I wouldn't want to have a curation post on photography on Tuesdays and another one on photography on Fridays. That would make no sense. And for the only purpose that, I mean, not to say that there's not more photos that need to be curated. Of course there is, but Helpie is not a huge whale. It's just a dolphin, and it cannot afford to pay 2 photographies, 2, you know what I mean, 2 poetry, 2, probably not. Maybe in the future it will, but maybe right now, no. So the going rate today for working for posts for Helpie is 5 SBD. This is today. So whoever decides to make their own job, whoever decides to take over a day and do a curation post to do whatever about a specific subject, you come to me, you tell me your idea, we agree on it, we think it's awesome. I am currently paying out of Helpie 5 SBD for the work. Okay, so that means that the moment you submit it, the way that you submit it is you submit it with Pichiche Mena, my brother. You have to open a Hack MDIO page. You work on the post together, make sure it's good to go, make sure it looks great. Once it's submitted, you get your 5 SBD. You don't have to wait 7 days for it to pay out. You get your 5 SBD. The people that get curated on the post get paid out of the post. So the liquid SBD made out of the curation post gets split between the people that got curated. And that is also a key distinction, because I find it kind of funny that somebody will do a curation post and keep all the money for curating. It is bringing attention to other people, but they did not make the original content. So in that sense, I want to be different. I want to be able to say, okay, you know what? Yes, I recognize you. Yes, what you did was awesome. And not only that, here's some money. Here's like a tip. And all that's going to come out of Helpie. Helpie was not created and is still not the intention of a way that I can make money for myself and I can just pocket the whole thing. That's not the purpose. Every single person that is in here can come up with a job, and the money that Helpie is making, the SBDs that Helpie is making, it's going to go towards paying you guys for the jobs that you are designing yourself. I actually wrote a post about this because I think that we are in a particular position to where we can come up with our own job, and I think that's powerful. That's amazing. We can try to find some sort of purpose that we can fill, some sort of gap that we can enter and be like, you know what, this is it. This is something I can do. This is something that my abilities, my knowledge, my passion, my view of the world can contribute to, and here's how I'm going to do it, and here's how I'm going to move forward, and here's kind of and it's going to be always with the aim of bringing value to other people, always with the name of being a Helpie. So if you want to take this on, come talk to me, write up something awesome, tell me what your idea is, as long as it doesn't conflict with anybody else. And like what I mean by that is, I can't, not currently, have 3 or 4 people curating photography, unfortunately. But maybe somebody can be curating photography and somebody can be curating tech, or like camera work or something of the sort. Not that I know too much about that myself. I'm a really amateur photographer. So yeah, that's... like telling a musician. Exactly. It's just like that. It's like telling a musician, play at my party for exposure. I don't like it. I don't like the whole thing where I curate. I'm a curator, but I keep all the SBDs. I find that to be weird. That's just me. Somebody else might tell me I'm crazy because, if not, nobody would have told them. But I want to be able to pay the people that are putting in the work. And right now I can't pay much because Helpie's not a big account. But you know what? When they received those 77 cents of SBD, which is what paid the first curation post from LL Farms, I'm sure it was a happy surprise. They're like, what? I just received money for my homesteading post? That's awesome. So there's also some symbolism behind that not many people are doing on this platform, and I think we can make a big difference like that. And the people's psyche, too. Okay, so... more room in the homesteading section?
Let me get in just for a second.
Okay.
Because I saw, well, hey everybody. I got in a little late because I was at work. I was doing my real life work job. So I didn't make it on time. CP just asked how many jobs can one Helpie handle? Well, basically, I guess you could pretty much apply for as much job as you want, but to be honest, I guess what we really want is for you to do that one thing that you excel at. That's pretty much it. Are you hearing me? Or
yeah, we can hear you. I just wanted to say I was again, I've realized my sort of flat, lighthearted sarcasm totally doesn't translate well in text.
But
but it's because I've got now, like, I've just been asked to join the global school and to teach girls photography, and I was more of a joke because I totally want to jump on board and curate photography for Helpie. So it's kind of like, how many jobs?
I mean, it even as a joke, it's. I think it's something we should just chat. Because, for example, I'm gonna talk to, like, in my case, I'm not a curator. I'm barely looking at posts. I'm mostly a content creator. So.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, that's. I know.
You have to self-flag today.
I have to self-flag. I go to the posts of some music posts, but I don't really have that much time right now because I'm actually struggling a little bit right now with money, so I'm not in Steemit as much as maybe my brother, and I don't have that much time to curate. So I guess my way of right now giving back is with the Cover a Steemian initiative, and that's taking most of my time right now. But yeah, I guess that if you're passionate about a particular thing, a particular thing you want to do in Steemit, and you're passionate about a particular thing, that's pretty much what we want from you in Helpie.
Thank you for clarifying, Pechi. I just wanted to say also, I'm totally struggling financially off chain, and that's why I'm on Steemit as much as I am, because it's actually paying my rent. So maybe you should spend more time with all of us.
Well, here's the deal about this regarding the financial struggles. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you are in life, doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, you're always missing money. That's one thing that life has taught me. So no matter how much you make, you could always use some more. Okay, so Betty, I think you're typing, so I just muted you. Yeah, whoever's typing. So you could always use some more, and I can prove it. Doesn't if you think back in your life when you used to make $1,000 a month, were you not short of money? Yes, you were. If you think that, then I got a raise and I started making $1,500 a month, were you not short of money? Yes, you were. And it happens, doesn't matter at what level. So that's the first thing we need to all realize, because it's the truth. Okay. And all this is to say, I know that everybody has their own struggles. I know everybody has the real life. And I say that because what is not real about what we're doing right now? What is not real about what we're, sharing, getting to know each other? That's very real. Yeah, we might be doing it on a computer, but this is real. We're humans. We're not bots. So I kind of joke about the real life thing. But the other element to say is, if you are feeling poor, okay? And I say this to myself too. I tell this to myself every single day. If one day you are feeling poor, if you're like, oh my God, money is horrible, the worst thing you can do is to feel yourself hopeless in your situation. And what I mean by this is this. Money is just a freaking number on a computer. Delete that from your head. Wealth comes from social currency, social worth. Because at the end of the day, if we can all become a strong community, we can do amazing things together and help somebody in need. I think it happened maybe a month ago, Cope. I don't know if you were there. There was this lady that was getting evicted from her house and all this stuff, and the whole community came together. And we donated, the whole community, like 2,000 Steam-backed dollars for this lady so she could keep her home. That was mind-blowing. Okay, that's the power of a community. Okay, and that night it was magical. I cried. I can be such a puss sometimes, and I was amazing. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if any of us are in a situation to where we feel like, oh my God, things are tough and all this stuff, yeah. Life can be tough, but you're not alone. We're here, and if we can help, honestly, if I have some SBDs to spare, speak up. I don't want anybody on this platform to worry about where they're gonna eat. That would suck. So I don't want anybody also to feel like you're wasting your time being here because you're not doing your real life, your real work, your real. No, this is real. This is as real as you doing a 9 to 5. That's a scam, because at the end of the day, those jobs that you think are those secure things, at the end of the day, when you're not valuable anymore, they give you a kick in the butt and that's it. You're out the door. But if you develop a community behind you, you will never get a kick in the butt. So, anyways, I went into a rant, but just because today I've been dealing with a few people having that little mindset of scarcity of saying, oh my God, the money, and I get it. I'm there too. There's some days where I'm scraping for some money so I can pay the bills. I get it 100%, but do not believe you are wasting your time. It's the opposite. You are not.
Preach, man, oh preach. I love it when you do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself because I think that way. So, but it's also the real part that it's actually I'm moving because I gotta cut some expenses. But yeah, I actually believe in the community thing because, for example, right now I don't have extra money, but I'm pretty much using all my spare SBD to give it away to whoever's covering Steamians right now. So I'm thinking long term.
As you should. Yeah, as you should.
That's how everyone should think here. Because I just gave away like 20 something SBD that I would want for myself, but that's not the point. The point is that doing that, it's gonna make me wealthier. It's
exactly.
Like being how do you say it? Dollar smart?
Yeah, it's
not penny smart.
Yeah, it's you want to be. Some people are penny smart and dollar stupid.
Yeah.
And
here, if I chime in very shortly.
Yeah. As Psycho Chica, by the way.
Sorry.
Psycho Chica.
One really quick thing. There's actually two. One, if you guys didn't see that Darth Nava link I put in there, and just in the concept of the community supporting each other, go and look at that. Go and read the comments. I guarantee you will get the feels, you will get the goosebumps. It's amazing. And this was when the Steam price was under $1. There was also another 15K direct donations in the wallet. Anyway, I don't want to go down that route too much, but just as far as showing the power of what the community can do, yeah, this is a good up. The only other quick thing,
you're like me. Sometimes, like when I go into these subjects, I'm like, I want to put people down. Like I want to talk about this, but it's probably gonna make me a little emotional. I might even cry, and I don't want to do that. I just freaking do it lately. I'm like, screw it. Let's go there. Screw it.
Well, what I'm trying to avoid is the getting into the whole thing of I don't think there's anyone in here that's going to ever be asking for something. Just sharing their need, even if not asking, would kind of abuse that. And so I don't really see the problem here. But if I'm like in general chat, I really don't put this out because it just makes people think, oh, I can go and put something on here and get this kind of money, and I don't want that. That was the conversation I was trying to avoid.
Oh no, but I agree with you. But that's why every single person in here is handpicked, because exactly. I don't want scammers. Like if anybody here was to tell me, hey, Fee, and I'm saying this to Fee, if you tell me, Fee, hey, I'm really struggling to pay my cell phone this month. I would say, okay, guys, here's what we're doing. We're doing this thing. We're gonna do a little thing. Everybody's gonna make a post. Let's get Fee a brand new phone. We'll do a post. We'll send SBD. I would do it. Why not? Like that's the reason why we're here.
We did it to get Gonzo a microphone that ended up leading him to meeting Kathy XX and being the first Steam at marriage. You'll actually be.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Before I get too off, the one other thing I wanted to mention, and because it's a room of handpicked, we'll just say nice, enlightened people. I'm one, probably like you, very willing to give. And I do not want to stifle that. But the other important thing is finding that balance of doing enough to build yourself up so then you can give more. You guys might know Official Fuzzy.
Yeah.
Countless times from him in our conversation, I would tell him I did this, I donated it to this, and blah, blah, blah. And I still have my reasons for doing that. But he constantly kind of beat in my head of, if you really want to get that huge impact, then you become the big person. I think Aggro hit on this before on his show yesterday of, he's not built up to go and get the money. He built up so he can help more people.
Exactly.
Just keep that balance in mind when you're thinking of donating, because it's very easy to give so much away that then you do end up in a bad spot, or you feel bitter or whatever.
But you know what? This is awesome that you brought this up, because it's a bit of a delicate subject, but I think everybody here is mature enough to get what we mean, because that can be interpreted completely different. It's like, oh, this person's making all this money, and look at the wallet, it's got all the SBD. Like, if it's an altruistic human being, if it's somebody that is always giving away, then it makes perfect sense for that person to do that, because it's building themselves so they can help other people. One of my goals on this platform, and the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, is because exactly that. I want to be able to be big enough to take care of all of the ones that are in here and more in the future. And that's why I'm always hunting for talent. I want to one day be able to, have a community of great, awesome content creators, awesome human beings that are force for good on this platform and do not listen to the bullshit of the trending pages, and don't get involved in the drama, and get it that as much as there's a lot of things that we cannot change in this world. We simply cannot. We can be a force for good working on the other side. And when they take down, we take up, like we build back up. So that's kind of my little mission that I got going on here, and why I started this thing with you guys, and why I keep on pushing it so much, and I become kind of preachy, but it's exactly how I feel. And then regarding that, what you said, why I don't want cameras is because of that. It's because I think the people that are in here would be people that would be aligned with those thoughts, and I don't want somebody to take advantage of good human beings. So that's why we're invite only, guys. And you know what? I don't know what the magic number would be. We might not ever become a server of 2,000, 3,000 people, or it might happen in years. It doesn't matter. But if there's like 100 people here, 200 people, 500 people, 600 people, but all of us are like a family, all of us are like a tribe, imagine the power we can have. And yeah, we might not equate to a giant whale, but we might equate to a whale. And imagine how much we can do when we're there. Imagine the quality, that we can have as a group. So
to cut in, you guys are ready to hear the winner?
Go for it.
Because I see everybody submitted already their coordinates. So you really close calls, like I think 4 people got really close. So this is Portland. This is actually, let me zoom out. Well, this is Oregon, but it's a little bit south of Portland. And the person who got the closest was Kodaks.
What?
And he actually got extremely close, like a bicycle ride from it.
You're kidding me.
So yeah. And then let's see. Mountain Jewel was really close, and someone else also posted. It was super close. So anyway, Kodaks wins 2 SCDs from Helpie, and we can do another round if you guys like.
Awesome. Yeah, we can definitely do another round. I think
It's gonna be a little easier.
Yeah, Kodaks refused payout. So if the next one was Mount Jewel, you said that was
So let me then. Yeah, it was Mountain Jewel and someone else.
Who was well, whoever was the closest one after Kodaks won 2 SBD.
So I'm checking right now who that would be.
Awesome.
Oh, that would be. I'll get back to you in a second and let you know.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome, guys. And then we'll do another round, and then we'll talk a little more because it's funny. Speaking of this whole thing about scarcity mentality and stuff, today I was dealing with somebody who I actually love, and I consider them to be a great human being, and I could sense some of the weird scarcity things that come up, out of that person. And I was really surprised, and this is to say this. Somebody who, I'm not going to reveal names, but somebody who shouldn't, was worried about that not receiving upvotes from a person that normally gets upvotes. And I'm interested to ask you guys if you feel weird about that. Like, what happens? And I'm just going to put this out there. Whoever wants to talk, I'm interested to hear, because this is, it's not that it's news to me. It's just that I think it's something that we can probably talk about it, and we can probably, I don't know, find a way to rationalize it and maybe not get affected by this. What happens if somebody who has been upvoting you for the longest time stops? What does that mean? How does that make you feel? Who wants to give that a go?
Maybe it has something to do with your content. Maybe look at it. Have you changed something about what you're focusing on or how you're engaging with other people? That would be the first question.
Okay. Wouldn't that be assuming, though, that it was you?
That's what I tend to do. I would be like, oh, what did I do? It's something I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at what's changed, what's shifted in my behavior.
See, maybe that's where I disagree, because if somebody stops upvoting me, I don't usually, my default is not what did I do. That's not my default. Like, if somebody stops upvoting me, and I've never asked, never begged, but if somebody stops upvoting me, I usually, what I think is, I hope this person's okay. Or hope this person's doing fine, or whatever. If I don't see him for a while. You know what I mean? Now, if I see him, sometimes I think, because I am blessed. I have a few witnesses in Wales that upvote me most of the time. And if a few of them have stopped, and they were doing it for a while, and then they stopped. And the way that I see it is this, you know what? Maybe they think I can stand on my own 2 feet now. And they're adding some love to somebody else. But I've never actually thought, what did I do?
I think, I don't mean that in like, oh, there's something really wrong. More that my inclination would be to kind of look first at like, am I still creating the same sort of high quality content, or is there something that's shifted there? I guess that tells you something about, I have 4 older siblings that were always like, everything's your fault. So that's just, but I don't mean that in like a self-deprecating way, more just that I tend to be introspective and look at my first question is, what am I doing?
I can, if anyone else wants to talk, feel free. I've got a little view on it.
Hey, congrats, Mountain Dew. You got the first place since Kodak decided to forgo his. So you were the next best to the location, and then ZP, you were also super close. So congrats, guys. Drop second round. I think it will be a little easier. So you guys ready? I can do the next round.
Yeah.
I also wanted to hear what Psycho Chica had to say.
We'll do that. You post the pictures. People are welcome to participate, and Psycho Chica is going to share some wisdom here.
Perfect. Yes. Great.
I'm good at waiting for my turn.
No, I actually want to hear what you have to say. I mean, you've been on Steam longer than me, so it's your wisdom is very welcome.
One thing I'll mention, I don't claim to be a whale, but just having like the small dolphin status I do, you have no idea the amount of DMs that we get from people, and I can only imagine how many the whales get. So on some respect, I always kind of think of it in that sense of, do I want to bother them? But for me personally, because there's people that, the way that I vote, it happens often where I'm voting for them for a while, and then when they're not in Steam at general and I don't see them, I don't think of it because I'm just helping newbies. And so I get DMs. In all honesty, if you feel that you've actually built a relationship with the person, you've talked with them, just, something where, kind of like Menno was saying, of the first thing that comes to mind is, are they okay? then I've done it a few times, but I always send it in like the post or something in the sense of, I thought you would enjoy this, and I honestly do, or find it interesting or something. And then it doesn't put it on the vote as far as the speech, even if it's kind of there. It's the subtle little in between. But yeah, just take stock of the relationship. If it's somebody that is huge and you've never talked to them before, I would say just leave it alone. And like Zippy said, approach it of, I wonder if I can do something differently. How can I adapt? Because trends on here ebb and flow. I'm give it 6 months, and whatever we think is big right now will not.
Yeah, that is true. You know, the way I see it is like when I find a brand new account, somebody that's kind of struggling to get some, a little bit of steam going on. I mean that, as a pun and not as a pun. I tend to upvote them more, but it's just because I want them to get motivated. But I have, when somebody is already doing awesome, like I see them, okay, they got it. I have stopped upvoting, and not necessarily because I don't care anymore or because I wouldn't upvote them, but it's because I don't make it a point to go to their blog and make sure that they post it so that I can upvote. So it's I go like, okay, so let's just I'm putting this out there as an example, like 8Z, who's a really cool guy, really smart kid. He's actually 22, so I can call him kid. When I first started talking to him and I realized he was writing some cool stuff and some crypto stuff and all that, I was like, man, nobody's paying attention to this guy. So I would upvote him 100 all the time. And after he got like almost 200 Steam power, I said, okay, you're on your own now. You got enough. You can interact. You can upvote. Now it's on you. And I stopped upvoting him, but not because I don't care. It's just that you can take off the training wheels. Now you're good. Now look, listen, you're talking to these people. You're doing the stuff. So you're good. Now my upvote is not going to change your life, because my, what is it right now? I can give 44 cents when I'm fully charged. It's not going to change your life anymore. You're getting 8, 9 when you make a post, if you do a post. Let me go find somebody else that I can support that is just starting out, and I can help them stay motivated. And
I call it maximizing impact.
Exactly. So I think like that, that some whales might have done that with me. So at the beginning I was getting all these votes, and they're like, all right, this is, for whatever reason, they like the person I am, they maybe like something I wrote, and they're doing that. And then all of a sudden they stop, but they see, okay, so Menno has already 800 Steam power. I think he's good to go. I think he figured it out. I think he's making connections. I think he's, he already knows how to trade. He already knows how to start. Let me go help somebody else. And so I'm going to tell you right now, because I've said this a few times and it can sound negative. All of them are going to go away. All the free candy is going to go away. You're going to lose your Curie. It's going to go away. You're going to lose those random 100% whale upvotes. They're gone. Okay? Eventually. But when that happens, when you don't get Curie anymore, right? When you never get a Curie, when you never see one of these whales show up and give you 100, you can say to yourself, I graduated. I am not a noob. Okay? Instead of saying, oh my God, what happened? No. I graduated. I am not a noob. Now I am standing on my own 2 feet. That's a moment of celebration. And I know it hurts because you're like, damn it, but I won the Curie vote. I wanted to wake up in the next morning and see 139. So yeah, everybody likes that. But that wasn't real. You know what I mean? And not in the sense that it was sustainable. Yeah, somebody appreciated what you did and somebody thought it was awesome because your content was great. But now that you graduated, now you have to make your tribe. You have to develop all that social currency, all the real mining. That is real mining. Like, screw the Steam. The real mining, you have to develop it so that it can be what leads people to your door. The way I see it is this. The person that you are, the quality of the human being that you are, it is what the outside of the house. It's how it looks. That the grass is cut, that the trees are done, all that stuff, and the door, all that's pretty. It's got to look great. But if you open the door, like if that looks awesome, and if you open it and inside it's disgusting, filthy, and it's got trash all over the place, nobody's going to go in. So this is to say, yeah, work on your social currency, work on your on the perception of who you are, how you treat other people, be kind, be gentle, add value to everybody's post when you can, if it's sincere. And that doesn't mean just the upvote. It means that you're doing an awesome comment. It means that you're listening. It means that you're actually reading. And show them that the outside of your house is beautiful. And then once they go in, make sure your fucking posts are amazing. You know, and I just cuss. I usually don't cuss. But like, because once they go in, we're like, you know what? This person's awesome. All right, let me go in. You know, there better not be a trash bag in the middle of the kitchen, you know? You better be posting some good stuff. So then they come back. You know, but first, like I said, when they're driving by, the outside of the house, it's got to look great. You got to be great. You got to be a beautiful human being showing love all the time. You got to be that. But then make sure when they open, no trash in the kitchen. That's the best way I can describe it. So what happens at the beginning with the whole Curie thing is that these people are saying, hey, I know you haven't worked on the outside of the house at all. I know there's like all kinds of stuff out there that you haven't done. The house is not painted. It looks like you just moved in. But I can tell that you know how to cook. So here. But that's not sustainable. And it's somebody kind of motivating you so you can see the potential of what could happen if you do develop yourself. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's my 2 cents on the subject. If somebody stops upvoting you, don't worry about it. Celebrate. You graduated. That's what that means.
I do leave the door open for some people, like especially once you guys build up, of the ones that kind of graduate past your vote. I try and leave the door open of like, DM me if you do have that extra special post that you have, because we all have it once in a while.
I like that.
And you know pretty quickly if they send you every post that they do that you can quit looking.
That is also true. It's kind of like
a test of sorts.
Yeah. Like, and this is also going to happen to you guys. So it's a good thing to balance out. If when you start helping people out, some people will get it. And then some people will start being like me. So make sure that you don't feel guilty about putting some limits to it too. You know, so if you start, obviously, if you have a tiny account, it's not going to happen. But all of a sudden you have 800, 900 Steam power, and you're going to have people saying, oh, please look at my post, please look at my post, please look at my post. Even if you're trying to be kind, also, don't be kind, but don't be silly, It's okay to say no, especially if somebody is just thinking about themselves all the time. They obviously don't get it.
This one, and this one, and this one, and this one. How about this one now?
Crocodile.
No. That's for another time, little chica.
You know what I just remembered? This is funny. When you're saying this, I actually had a guy send me a DM, because I get a lot of DMs now, and it's because when I'm on MSB, either when I'm on the top, like if I got invited to talk, I always get DMs because they see me on the top and they're like, they got to think, oh, this guy must be somebody important. But maybe because I chat too much, maybe that's actually a bad thing. I get a lot of DMs, and I've had people tell me, hey, can you look at my post? And I say, like, do I know you? I'm sorry, I don't know you. And he's like, oh, okay, so then what about this one? So my reply is like, I don't know you. And they're like, wait, what about this one? So one day I decided, okay, listen, I'm gonna play ball. All right, I'm gonna play ball. So then I go and I click on the thing and I see it's plagiarism. And I said, man, like, you're lucky I'm not flagging this. This is plagiarism. I think this is complete BS. And he goes like, but that one, but I added that picture. And I was like, well, the picture, but the rest is plagiarism. And this is BS. Yeah, I'm not going to upvote this. He's like, okay, what about this one? It's like, this one's plagiarism too. What about this one? This one's plagiarism too. And he's like, man, I don't get it. And I actually sat there and I said, okay, I'm going to waste my time today. I'm going to donate 5 minutes of my time and I'm going to explain it to this guy. For some reason, I feel like maybe today I'm going to, right? And I went in there and I said to him, hey, listen, let me explain to you how the platform works. And I seriously, I wrote the whole thing. I said, blah, blah, the idea is that you contribute, blah, 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 blah. Believe it or not, this dude actually learned. And now he writes his own stuff and he stopped plagiarizing. And he wrote to me a week ago and he thanked me. This guy from Venezuela. And he says, hey, listen, I'm not writing you to beg you for upvotes. I just wanted to thank you. And then I went in there and I voted like 5 of his posts. So sometimes I'm not saying, even though I told you don't listen to the scammers, and so sometimes it's just people that are ill informed, and if you want to give it a try, be like, okay, all right, take a deep breath and say, all right, I might waste my time here, but let me go ahead and explain it. You might be surprised. Benefit of the doubt, exactly. All right, guys. Well, we are basically coming to an end. I'm gonna declare this second meeting.
Are you hold on, Mino? Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. So we got a winner too.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Go ahead and announce the winner, and after that we're gonna call it done for the night. I want to thank everybody who showed up.
Okay, so this one is a little tricky because a lot more. Everybody got it a lot closer. And so Kodak, like a freaking stop sign, like not a stop sign, but like caution tape. Okay, like that's how close you got the location. But that was not your first try. So I'm actually going to give the win. It's gonna go to Bemble. He got it like maybe like 1 block away. So
wow.
not even. And then DP, you were also really close. And if I was surprised, you were far away. Like that's your town. So yeah, I can drop the actual location if you guys want, and then congrats, you got the spot.
Awesome. So the second winner is Bimbo Maniac.
Yes.
All right. Perfect, guys. Well,
now continue, and I'm gonna drop the actual location, and then the 2 SBDs go to Bimbo and Mountain Jewel.
Awesome. Well, guys, we've been talking for almost more than 2 hours. 2 hours and 20 minutes now. So we're going to call this done for the Helpie meeting. Obviously, nobody has to go anywhere if you don't want to. But I'm going to kill the recording. Thank you so much for coming. And I love you all. And hopefully this is not going to do the same thing as last time, and it's going to actually record my microphone. That's what I'm hoping. I think I fixed it.
Thanks so much, Menno. Everyone else, y'all are awesome.